Hello, everyone, and welcome to Deep Thoughts here on Flip TV. Today, we'll be talking about something very unique, something very peculiar, something significant that happened in this country, Nigeria. Last 2 years, that was 2020. All right, and I will not be doing it alone. I have with me in the studio beautiful people, very nice personalities here. And,
I'm not beautiful.
I have.
You are just one beautiful person here.
I have a beautiful person, and then I have a very handsome man here.
I'm not
We're
handsome.
all wonderfully made.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
fearfully made.
Okay, let the viewers hear your name.
Alright, I'm Gladys and you're welcome to Deep Thoughts on Flip TV.
I'm Christian Chuku. You're welcome to Deep Thoughts on Flip TV.
All right, and I remain your honor host, Michael Eze. All right, Nigeria is a country situated at the western part of Africa. Nigeria is rich in cultural diversity, ethnicity, food, dressing, etc. Now, over the years, however, certain factors has fought so hard to mitigate Nigeria's global relevance as well as destroy Nigeria's posterity. Okay, factors like lack of accountability, corruption, police brutality, and what have you. Now, prominent of all of these factors is the issue of police brutality.
Yeah.
All right, in the year 2020, Nigerian youth took to the streets that with an agitation that they needed a particular faction of the Nigerian police force to be disbanded. And we're going to be talking about all of those, everything that happened back then, and try as much as possible to contrast it to the recent trend. Okay, so we'll be examining what this SARS is all about. I will not be doing that. I won't be doing that. Mr. Christian will help us out with what this SARS is all about.
Okay, Special Anti-Robbery Squad, that's the name SARS, was commissioned in 1992 and
Wow, that's 30 years now.
30 years, it's the 30 years, 1992.
Yes. Mathematician.
That means time is moving fast.
Wow.
It was organized to detain, investigate, prosecute those that are involved in violent crimes, armed robbery, and all sorts. Because Lagos at the point in time was a hub of armed robbers. We had the likes of Osumbo. I think Osumbo is the Anini, that era. You see, you had this SARS was a unit from the police force. You know, the police force has so many departments, units, so many, more than 15. The police is not just one. The police, if you go and make a research on the police, you find out that everything that has to do with crime, even is rape, there's a department that financial crime that EFCC is running about doing. There's a department in the police that will do that. The ICPC, there's a department. International crimes, the one that what's his name, Abakari. So many things. But the SARS is a special anti-robbery. That's the name. Squad created in 1992 but however it changed over the years. That they started harassing since there were no robbers kind of to apprehend, so they now shifted their focus on the Nigerian youth, especially in quotes the Yahoo boys. However, we are here today.
All right. After the or rather during the protest, something happened on 20th of October 2020. Like the youth took to the streets, Lekki Toll Gate precisely. So where they were, like they blocked so many things. They blocked the road, and they were making the agitations and their voice heard. Now, some unknown gunmen, we don't know who sent them or where they came from.
Hoodlums.
Not hoodlums. We'll get to that part.
Yeah.
So like they started shooting at these youths, innocent youths.
Unknown gunmen in army uniform.
Yes, I think that's actually the gist. They started shooting sporadically, and so many lives were lost. Now, I want to ask. It was the youths who went. Youths died. So many people went. So many lives were lost. So many families were aggrieved. Now, why do you think the youths relaxed? Now, that particular incident, is it not supposed to bring out these aggressive tendencies in them? Like, shouldn't they be spurred up? Like I must fight this fight to the end. Like, why do you think the youths decided to relax all of a sudden? Like, they were so ready. We even saw people buying cows. They were killing on the streets. There were youths feeding their fellow youths. Like, they were so ready. They meant business. Now, after that incident, what happened? Why do you think the youths relaxed?
Relented.
Yes.
In their
What
efforts.
just happened? Like, they just decided to flush their efforts down the drain.
Okay, fine. As at then, during the protest period 2020, there was lockdown because of the pandemic. That's COVID-19 pandemic. There was lockdown. So I believe the youth went back to their businesses. School resumed. Students went back to school.
Okay, that was after the 2010-20.
Of course, people went back to school. Workers resumed work, and a lot of it that happened.
So in other words, what you're saying is that the youths only came out because
There was no
idle.
job. Some people were hungry.
Oh.
You're right. They were idle per se, because you can't tell me that. Okay, imagine that there was no pandemic as at that time, and someone had work to do the next day. You'll be at a place protesting.
Yes, okay, so you feel maybe the youths came out just because they were
There was
were
lockdown.
idle.
There was lockdown.
Okay.
Idleness, joblessness. Everyone's
in-
jobless.
Yes.
So
Consuming what is left in your account. So you
That
like, what is
alone can
happening?
trigger anger.
Yeah.
So you
Alright.
feel the youths didn't really mean business by going into
Nige-
this-
in
It's like-
Nigerian youths don't mean business. I've never meant business
That's
as
the
far as I. No, you can give me an example of any time they really meant business. You know what they call ideology? Somebody that fought an ideology is one of the person is Nelson Mandela.
Yeah.
He stayed in prison for like 26 years because of an ideology. Which Nigerian youth want to give his or her life for any struggle? Even you can see ASU is on strike, and they say let's protest. Are they protesting in Lagos?
Who is okay? That's it.
Nobody is even. They're not. They are carefree. They don't want to know what's happening. Even look at the NSAS that started. Lagos didn't start it. It started with Edo State and
Yeah,
Delta
Benin.
states. And even currently, the Delta. It seems the youth in that Delta states, because probably they are aggressive kind of human beings.
Of
That's why you
course,
can
they are
see.
not
So
themselves.
what can you actually say about the youths in that?
We are not. We are not educated. We are not civilized. We are not. We went to school, but we didn't go to school to understand that. Yeah, an ideology is much more better than the life we live. Because if you don't live for something, you are living for nothing. People intend to live and just eat and just wear clothes and just go to work like that without living life. Yes, for something. The richest men in the world, they will tell you that they don't need money. They want to make an impact. If you ask them, after making all the money that people are dragging for, they are living for, what they are living for is making an impact.
Okay, so in other words, the Nigerian youths did not mean business.
They didn't really
Going
they didn't-
into the streets to agitate for SARS to be disbanded.
You know when you plant an orange tree, you allow that tree to ripe before you can
You can pocket it.
harvest it. So the Nigerian youth, they are not ripe for struggles. This current, if those generation, all those ones were very ripe. No, now it's a no fact. You can't have a minister of education now purchase a form of 100 million naira and
Whopping 100 million.
people will still be on the streets going to their various work, their jobs. You can't have electricity. You can't, if you live alone, you know, understand what I mean. Electricity, you know what to pay from your nose. No steady electricity and you still pay from your nose. No water, you get water by yourself. No health care. And we are in a country like this, and we have youths that really went to school, that understood what it means to live a.
But some of them are living fine, so they don't.
For the fact you are living fine does not. You see, they say when we have one rich man amongst many poor men, is as good as you are poor. For the fact that some of these people have, for instance, now you know some people are shouting Nigeria is bad, Nigeria is bad, Nigeria is bad. If they give them like 5 million, and they will close them out.
Of course.
It shows that.
Minus me.
I said some people.
Please, for our viewers out there, please send in your comments. Okay, we are waiting for your comments. Don't forget you're also part of this show.
Yeah.
All right, let's move. Let's run. Okay, after some like during the protests, something happened apart from the shootings.
Okay.
Like some hoodlums are abducted
The protest.
the protest.
Hijacked.
Yes, okay, hijacked. That's the right word. Some hoodlums, they hijacked the protest, and now these hoodlums are also youths. Remember, the youths were protesting, and then these hoodlums were also youths. Probably, I don't know who sent them. Probably they were politicians who sent them, or what have you, to disrupt that particular protest. Now, if the youths can be divided against each other, like I was actually even getting happy. Yes, these youths are actually coming out
Yeah,
to
for the
protest
first time,
for the
you
first
know.
time. Like there was so much unity.
Unity.
They did things unanimously, and now the same youths, decided to form another faction as hoodlums, and then they disrupted that protest. Now, with that particular incident, do you still think there is hope? Like, do you still think Nigerian youths can still agree at a thing?
Sorry, please. I want to ask. I've always wanted to ask a question. Like, who are those hoodlums per se? Alright. Okay, these youths, are they? Is it human being that gave birth to them? Because I sometimes I like, I don't see a reason where someone will see something that is being done, then you now allow yourself to be used against that thing.
I think I will still agree with Mr. Christian where he said everybody's shouting Nigeria is bad, Nigeria is bad. They give you 5 million, you keep quiet.
Because
Like-
Because the reason why they are shouting Nigeria is because of hunger.
because of hunger. Okay.
Not because they want Nigeria to be good. It's because they are hungry presently, currently.
You
That's why they are
when they are
shouting.
satisfied, everybody will
Keep
just
quiet.
keep quiet.
So you ask the question, is there any point whereby Nigerians can be united?
And
You
ever-
see, number one,
Nigerian youths rather.
there are so many ignorant persons, ignorant youths in Nigeria.
Okay,
That's
sorry,
why-
those ignorant youths, are they the hoodlums?
Yeah. That's why if I'm a politician, I know you are knowledgeable, you know your right, you know what you need to do. I'll go and look for those that don't know what they know, they don't know anything. That's why you see the North, they can influence all those Amajiris and use them for terror when it comes to election, use them to carry out their dastard act. That's why an average politician would always have hitmen. In Lagos State, look at Bola Tinubu and his alliance with the NURTW, that's MC Olomo. Having that alliance, you have a department of people who can do dirty jobs for you.
But do you know, don't they know that what they are doing is evil?
No, they don't know what they are doing is evil.
My
You know, when someone wants to do something wrong, he looks on an excuse.
Okay,
Man.
justifiable.
Yes,
Like-
for what he's doing that is wrong. See Bobrisky now. So what he's doing, you give him 10 excuses. So they don't see it as wrong. It's because they are not enlightened. They don't have the right orientation.
reputation, yeah.
You understand? So Nigerian youths cannot be one. And let me even shock you. If we divide this country into 3, probably the north, the west, that is Odua, and Biafra. Let's come to Biafra. Let me shock many people. Even the Biafran youths themselves, they don't have this understanding. The reason why they are fighting for agitation is because of the marginalization, the sentiment of marginalization. That's why they are fighting for Biafra. Not that they know what it means to have a country that has justice, fairness, and equity.
Oh my
If you
goodness.
understand what that means amongst themselves, they will be practicing such. But you can find that between one Igbo man, they don't even love themselves most of the time. They are coming together because of that Biafra.
What we can get. Alright.
So Nigerian youths for me, they might call me prophet of doom. For me, they are. I'm a kind of person. I might not talk that much, but I study people. I do insight so much.
Like, what's your own personal principle as a Nigerian youth?
My
Your own personal principle when it comes to doing the right things and doing the wrong things. Like, can you say for yourself that you've been able to live up to that patriotic tendencies that is required from you as a Nigerian? Like, can you be walking on the streets and you see things that are wrong and you want to make things right? Like, what is this? Do you have your own personal agitations?
that is a big question, and it's directed to me out of 250 million people.
Yes.
So what difference does that? If I answer you, what difference does that make?
Because I believe change solely starts from a person.
Like Buhari told us now, change begins with.
It starts from a person. As far as we are all concerned, everybody, so far as you're breathing, everybody must have a particular truth that is working for them.
See, let me just say this now. If you want to cause a change, be ready to shed your blood. Be ready to die.
So
the way Nigeria has got the kind of mess Nigeria is into today, it only takes sacrifice, and that sacrifice will be the ultimate sacrifice for Nigeria to be
But
good.
who is willing to die?
No, I'm not willing to die.
Excuse you, no.
Nobody
I'm not dying
at
for
this point.
nothing.
Nobody at this point is willing to die, and I don't like it when people say, "I don't want to die for nothing." You are not living for nothing. So
how, well, someone dies, at the end of the day you're not there to know whether your death was actually give an essence.
But what I believe is that the media is a very good tool that we can use to try and change people's orientation. If you pick up your phone and look at what is happening, there is a kind of conspiracy to make people think in a certain way. You see our musicians, they flaunt all sorts, whether it's true or fake. Now the Nigerian youth, his mindset is just, let me make money.
Yeah, like
They don't know that money is a means to an end.
All right, let's take this deeper.
Okay.
Now, internet scamming, popularly known in Nigeria as Yahoo. All right, it has been consistently rising. All right, we even saw what happened at Ebonyi State last week. That was on Tuesday. A particular lady, she went for a hookup, like they call it, and she lost her life, and her private part was missing. And there were actually two that died, but it was just one that was prominent. Like, she was all over the internet. Like, she lost her life. Her private parts were some of her private parts were missing. Now, this same act is still meted out by the youth. Now, like I said, I want us to try to dissect this so that everybody can understand. Like, with all of these things, I don't know, Nigerian youth, do we even still have a future? Like, we keep calling ourselves, we are the future leaders of tomorrow. Is there even still tomorrow for us? Because I believe you can never hear that a woman killed a woman for Yahoo or Yahoo Plus, or a man killed an old man killed an old man. It's always the youth. Do we even still have a tomorrow in Nigeria?
Okay.
The issue of this Yahoo and all of it, I don't know. Sometimes I don't like to talk about it because it melts my heart, and that's the truth. Because the people that always fall victim of this are ladies.
Thank you.
All right. Now the question is, why are you doing this? Because of money.
Why? Like,
why?
What is
So
this?
does it mean if you don't do this, you're not going to survive?
That's the problem, actually.
And why
for the
are
ladies,
girls allowing themselves to be used? Like, okay, for instance, you hear that this thing happened to somebody here, and then the next day it happened to another person here. You keep hearing these stories, and still
like, is
you
there
still fall
no
victim.
And it's always the ladies.
Always the ladies.
I've been asking as a man, like, why is this always happening? Because I've never heard where they said a man lost his private part.
Yeah,
a
it
man
happens.
was killed by a lady.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah.
I just believe I just think that some mothers, or let's say parents,
They have rule.
they have role
They
to
do.
play.
Hmm.
And sometimes they usually say when a parent is done training a child, then the child also have a responsibility to train him or herself. Alright, because there are some people that came out from a very responsible family, and then when they get to school, they will start copying others. Alright, but then even before you get to that point, as a parent, you have to know what your children are doing. You guide them properly. Alright, because I've always said it, some parents have failed.
Okay.
Some parents have failed in their responsibility.
Okay. If I'll lend my own thoughts into this, to say is deep thinking. I be
Deep thoughts.
Deep thoughts. We have two persons missing in our society. We have the counselors, we have the philosophers. We have the counselors. When I was in secondary school, we had an office.
Guidance counselor. I had that too.
Yeah. So at that, when I was in secondary school, it stopped functioning. But we knew that we had someone who could counsel and guide wherever. If you are going wrong, they'll tell you.
I remember my guidance counselor telling me, "Young man, come. Do you have feelings for anybody?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." I was like, "Okay. If you do not have feelings, I'll know you're sick." Like, she was actually being raw. Like guidance counselors have this tendency, like they are always raw. But it's missing today now.
And again, philosophers are people that really, they are deep thinkers. They understand the society and they know. They advise parents, they advise the government on how they need to pilot. See, when these things are missing, there's no how. When the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? The foundation is already destroyed. There's an adage that says it takes a village to train a child. That one is, last time we talked about truth. If you tell someone the truth and the person debunks the truth and is looking for lies to replace the truth, that truth will forever stand. See, it takes a village to train a child. When we had this
adage,
yes.
Not one person trains up a child.
Okay.
When we had parents saying that nobody leave my child, even we know there are evil people out there, but you cannot train your child alone.
It's not done anymore.
When you go to schools and start abusing teachers, saying assaults, even celebrities are going, teachers, you see, I don't know, I'm even confused. At this point in time, I just know that we cannot get out of this mess if we don't go back to the fact that the parenting is already
that's why I say
zero.
Some parents are
so what led to this? Because there's no guardian counselor, like you said. There are no philosophers.
Okay, sorry to cut you. Please, our viewers, send in your comments. You're part of this show. Please send in your comments, send in your ideas. We want to also share it here on Deep Thoughts. Alright, continue, sir.
Okay, like I said, for a philosopher, if I want to think like a philosopher, you see, if you want to weaken, if you are Christians, Ahab in the Bible, he had Jezebel as a wife, so the idol worship was much. So he knew there's only somebody that can withstand him, that is Elijah. Ahab was a philosopher, Jezebel was a philosopher. He knew that if I deal with Elijah, my reign with all my idols will prosper. So he had to speak against Elijah. The things we focus on are not the things that we're supposed to focus on as a country. You have worse than Yahoo Boys now. You say Yahoo Boys doesn't start. You have worse than Yahoo Boys. These celebrities that we censor, we should start, that we support, we should start censoring them. A celebrity will come out and bring out, all the media will do. See the expensive, fans gush at multi-billion naira mansion. Fans gush at expensive car. They will not tell you how they got it. Some of them are doing rituals. Some of them are into fraud.
So the root cause of Nigerian Yahoo guys is just over
all these affluence, yes, that they post on social media. They hear how much this senator steal, and the senator is coming from a family.
Wait,
but should you blame the senator? Should you blame the celebrity?
Wait, because see, as far as I'm concerned, these celebrities are coming from a home. They are coming from that's why family has a lot of role to play. They are coming from a home. Let's say I today I want to become a musician, I want to play music, but I have parents, right?
Yes, no.
So guidance is needed here. It is not just about these celebrities, because they are coming from a family and they have parents. You understand? And look at in this direction too. Do you know that some of those celebrities too, some of them grew from the streets? They didn't have people that guided them. And now for a mother,
they now become a role model.
You understand? So now
I'm sorry to say, someone like Naira Marley.
Parents play their songs.
You can imagine that kind of okay. I saw a video. I saw a video a few minutes ago where a small child, a girl child, was dancing to the beat of a particular song,
and then the mother
was videoing. Now the question is this: why? What are you trying to prove? Okay, you want your daughter to be popular. For what?
That's
I will not solely blame the celebrities too. Why?
me.
Because
I'm not blaming celebrities. Well,
Anybody
I'm
else.
blaming everybody.
for
we
you
have
to
gotten
look at
it- we have-
somebody and you want the person to be your role model. Come on, don't you have brain?
Some will say their children, small toddlers, they'll be singing, and the parents are videoing. They are clapping for them. My son, I don't understand it. Seriously, I don't know.
So let's run.
Some parents have
See,
failed. I keep saying
I think we need to do
Some
some.
parents
We
have
need to
failed.
do something. Like, let's bring out some of the lyrics of these guys. Let's look into the lyrics and
what it
scrutinize.
means, right?
You can see these lyrics are some of the problems we have in Nigeria today. If you have immorality, whatever, you see baby mama now is a trend. Baby mama is a trend. People know what songs do to you is much more than what other things do to you. If you are singing, these songs have spirit.
Of course, words. They What's
let's
that
check,
spirit?
Let's check some comments.
We have a comment, Godwin W. As in, this means that Godwin is looking for woman here.
What did you say?
He say
Is it he or is she?
I think it's a he, but it has a she. Youth, we need to speak up. We have misplaced focus. Thank you, Ma, from the Igbo program. Love you. Watching,
Thank you.
watching. I don't need talk thing. Nobody.
Thank you too. I appreciate Godwin.
Watching from South Africa, SA. I
Wow.
think SA is South Africa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Southern Australia.
In South Africa.
South Africa. So that's
So it's just misplaced priorities that is a problem of this year.
no guidance.
No guidance.
Parents-
Imagine, do you know?
Even pastors, religious leaders, government. No guidance at
Do
all.
you know? There was a time I was in Delta State. This Yahoo, I was telling someone that this Yahoo they learn work for Lagos State too, because if you visit,
Yeah, I will not learn for Lagos State.
if you visit
Ah.
Bini,
Benin.
if you visit Warri,
I-
Delta
I-
State,
I've-
you will
I've
know that
been there
as
before.
in, you will see what is happening there. Where a mother will buy a smartphone for the son that's in primary school and say, be doing Yahoo. I saw it with my eyes. Like I had
And then-
students that I was sitting there. They'd be like, do what others are doing. And some of them are 15. If you see cars, they are right. You'll be asking them, how now as a mother, you're buying smartphone for your child. What are you teaching that child? That's teenage age is from 15, right?
Yes.
But you're supposed to be teaching that child what to do and what not to do, how to be responsible. But instead, you're telling the child to do Yahoo, as if that's the best training you can ever give to that child. So tomorrow that child will become a terror to a society, and you'll be looking for who did what.
Who did what?
I know one thing. I will also blame the ladies because we have more of materialistic ladies these days.
Seriously,
Why
and that's why
can't-
they are
why
being
can't they-
used.
Why can't they work?
No,
They are
you know,
lazy.
is there work? To work?
Don't even say it's their work. See,
Somebody
if,
made her hair.
if you don't, yes,
Someone.
of course. If you cannot see a
Somebody
job, you
said-
must not work in an
Oh,
office. Go and learn a skill. You mustn't work in an office. You mustn't work for somebody. Go and learn how to sew clothes. Go and learn how to braid hair. Go and learn bead making. There is something to learn.
There is something.
There is something to learn.
Ah,
Would learning all
Stop
those
falling
things?
victim.
Would learning all those things give you iPhone 13?
That's where patience comes. See, I still say
as if
something.
you're supporting the ladies.
No, I'm asking a question. Now.
But seriously, I keep saying what I'm saying. Like I still stand my ground that some families are fair, because if you go to some families, there's a way they train their female child in a certain way, in a way whereby you are supposed to be provided for.
Yes.
So you
You're
understand?
giving a man 1,000, give a lady 2,000.
You understand? So
Because-
you're supposed to be provide. Why don't families teach their girl child how to be independent? It is lacking.
You even
Tell
see
them
that.
what to do. See, there is dignity in labor. The Bible even said it. There is dignity in labor.
That's right.
You understand? So you can't just be dependent. I just want to collect. Are you a tax collector?
Even collecting from a younger brother.
You
Alright,
get,
let's move. So we'll not sleep here today. Okay, now the Nigerian tertiary institutions, they've been under lock and key, okay, for some months now, and Nigerian government don't want to offset the payments they are owing ASU. And just yesterday, ASU even extended it to 3 months. Like, now, this Yahoo now, let's try to understand something. Students are in the house. Students, youths, they are in the house. Don't you think that they are actually justified for doing what they are doing, since the Nigerian government has nothing to offer them? you've paid school fees, you've paid house rent, and then government is keeping you in the house.
How long?
And now you're looking for how to make ends meet.
How long does it take to learn a trade? If you have 3 months, you have ample 3 months to learn a trade.
So do you think Nigerians,
Somebody with his holiday in at home, he used that holiday to learn how to make shoes. Is selling shoes online and is making money.
Seriously?
So that is one. Is anybody that's going to Yahoo, you see his orientation, he's wired to do that. Anybody doing Yahoo, don't let someone tell you that it's conditioned. No, it's in your body.
It's never conditioned. Yes.
Just that you don't know, it was there. You understand? And you don't have people that will bring to stop you.
See, everybody loves money. There is no. Don't you like money?
I love
There is nobody who doesn't love money. All right, because you need money to do a lot of things. But
Extra in Lagos.
thank you, Lagos here. You know, but then just tame yourself. Put yourself together.